Hi, this is Chippy from UMPCPortal.com, and we're in Rotterdam today at the UMPC shop in Rotterdam, where they're demoing a few UMPCs for us, including OQO. And with me right now I've got Martin Day, who's the Director International Channels. Is that right?
That's right.
For OQO. And he's agreed to answer a few questions for me. Hi Martin, so you've been with OQO for 3 months now? Yeah?
Yes.
How's it going?
It's great. It's fantastic. This is an industry which I've known over the last probably 4 or 5 years, coming from Palm. The last 4.5 years I've been at Palm, so enterprise mobility, B2B mobility has been absolutely top of my mind for that time. It's fantastic because a device is driving a market, and I can see a device creating a whole new category, which is just great fun, absolutely great fun.
The Model O2 has been in Europe now for 2 months, and how's this initial sales and reception been for the O2?
Fantastic. As you know, I'm the first international hire, so
You're on your own.
I'm on my own. My appointment signals the start of the international expansion of OQO, which is it's a great privilege and it's great fun too, but it's superb. I wish I had another dozen people already, and I'll be pitching that to my boss as well. Give me some more hands. There's so much to do, and the feedback has just been absolutely phenomenal. The reviews we're getting and everything's been super.
Let's just talk about the E2, which actually I recently reviewed on UMPCPortal, and it's obvious it sits in quite a high segment of the market. It's not a consumer device. What do you think the ideal customer for the OQO E2 is?
It's interesting. I think there's a mix. I think it splits predominantly into two. I think on the one hand you've got business traveller, individual purchaser, so you've got early adopter community, which is very fast to move, always interested in the latest technology. They're seeing something here which is absolutely unique, so it's spreading very quickly. In terms of percentage sales, we're probably seeing that category at the moment, in the early stages, probably accounting for about 70-75% of purchases is to individual users, early adopters. Probably the rest of it, 25% or so, is business purchases. As time goes on, both will expand, but I think we'll see business purchases come to make a larger proportion of that category. So my guess, and it's just a personal guess, is maybe in a year's time business purchases might be 50%, so it might be 50-50.
Is this the business purchase? Is this the business purchase? Is this the reason why it doesn't have a touchscreen? Why does the OQO E2 not have a touchscreen?
Well, we have the active digitizer screen, so that's a very high resolution digitizer with the Wacom style pen. In fact, with the tablet OS, when we ship a tablet OS on our devices, we actually ship it with the digitizing pen, because we recognise that most of those users want to use the pen, because then they can use the screen at any angle, they can use it horizontal or vertical, and the pen is extremely useful for that OS. For other users, we find the uptake of the pen is actually less common. So because it's a lower uptake, we actually make it optional for those users. But what we find is that the natural way of using this is just as holding it in 2 hands naturally like this, so the thumb keypad falls exactly in the right place, and then using the combination of the track stick and the mouse left and right keys. In actual fact, we find that most users find that's the quickest way of navigating the device.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a very, very ergonomic way of using it.
I have a personal need for touchscreens myself, but it's fine. I think what you've shown with the touch stick is going to please most users. The other thing I found missing from the device was any form of wireless WAN connectivity, HSDPA. In Europe, I'm a big believer that UMPC is not really mobile until it's got 3G. What's in the roadmap?
What's cooking? What's cooking on HSDPA?
3G. Anything happen?
There's plenty happening. We've been very, very active. We actually made an announcement earlier this year that we were building HSDPA into the products, and we showcased that at Barcelona at 3GSM early back in February. So we are working very hard on that. We will have some very exciting news. We don't have a date to give you at the moment, but I can guarantee, Steve, you'll be the first to know.
That's good to know, thank you. So, good to know that the HSDPA is coming, but 2008. Is there anything happening in 2008 with OQO? New devices? Are you working on anything?
We're always working on things. As you know, UMPC, that's our sole focus. That's all we do. Our vision as a company is to do for computing what the mobile phone has done for the communications industry. So that's our total aim and our total vision. That's what everybody in the company is working on. So all I can say is just watch this space. We're in this for the long run.
We will be watching the space. Thanks very much for your time.
My pleasure.